Hi everyone, this is Anissa Starr, and I'm here to talk about my hairstyle today. We just gonna have a little hair talk. This is not a tutorial, but I will be talking about how I do my crochet braids. Um, yeah, so this is only my second video on YouTube, and this is my first video on hair. But I was so impressed with how my hair turned out this time that I really wanted to come on YouTube and share it. And I hope you guys like it. Okay, um, first things first. I am natural, and underneath this crochet braid is my natural hair braided straight back. Not quite straight back actually. It's actually see, I'll put my finger on where each braid is. Okay, so here are like 4 or 5 braids, and they come down and around. And then the same thing with this one. It goes down and around to the back, and then we have some going in the back. So let me let you take a look at the top. Okay, so I have this little part here, and then here are some little parts of that. I really like how this turned out. Normally, when I do crochet braids, I'll have that braid that's kind of about this long, and the crochet hair is like there, and you can see it. It looks very neat, but you can see it. In this way, you see one little here, one here. It's much more, to me, much more natural looking, and it helps the hair kind of lay the way it needs to. So this is my preferred braiding style. So I have, and it also stops the part. Sometimes when I do crochet braids, that part will practically go all the way down, and it'll have that big braid, and it's very visible. This way, it stops about here, and then the hair will cover up. I'm actually going to add a little bit more hair here to make it even more concealed. So I really like the way that turned out. I um, haven't done this braid pattern before, and it's probably going to be the braid pattern I stick with because it just works. I like side parts, and this one is kind of like almost like a middle side, but I love side parts. I don't normally do a straight middle part. I don't know. I just feel like it doesn't look that great on me. But anyway, so yeah, so the hair's so of course I washed my hair, conditioned it, moisturized it, and everything. Braided it down. When after it was no longer wet, and yeah, so then that's all braided down, and then of course in the back the braids go across. Okay, one big braid at the bottom goes across. All right, so once we got the braid pattern done, I did the installation, and of course, as most of you know who've ever watched, anything on YouTube about crochet braids, this is the preferred tool of choice. I would say there's lots of different ones. They don't necessarily look that pink and green, but any kind of crochet needle. I've seen some people use bobby pins. I've seen people use beaters. You slide it under. So, but this is the one I've always used. The only thing is, I'm very gentle with this because when I braid, like today, like yesterday, I did style yesterday. I did a really good job braiding my hair, and but it was kind of tight. So I was very gentle when I did it, so that I wouldn't pull my hair too much. Um, what I like how it feels because my hair doesn't feel tight to me, but when I touch the braids, they are very well done, and that's just kind of a testimony to how good I've gotten at braiding my hair after practicing so much. Um, okay, so we talked about the braid pattern. I actually after I do my braids, I add a little bit of my hair oil concoction that I make to my scalp. This is very simply castor oil, olive oil, and something called amla oil that I buy from an East Indian store very close to me. And it's about this much castor oil, this much olive oil, and the rest is the amla oil. And the amla oil has lots of different other oils in it. And I just shake that up and I add it to my scalp. And I also add it to my hair, especially right after I've, washed it and everything. Um, okay, so I have done Go Go Curl. That's the curl I have in my hair. Go-Go Curl by Free Tress. This is a very popular brand for crochet braids. Another really popular one is the Water Wave, also by Free Dress. But there are other brands that have synthetic hair that work too. But I've always only used Free Dress because it's the easiest to find in my area. Um, the color is TP427. Y'all, I'm a 1B, maybe a 2 kind of girl. If I feel adventurous, maybe I'll throw a 4 up in there or something. But this is the first time I've done like really nice blondish hair. Like the lightest color I ever did was a 4, and it had a little bit of blonde. I think I don't remember, but this is my favorite. I love it. It's just so fun, and I'm really enjoying it. Okay, so this right now, what you see is a pack and 3/4 of hair. It is not 2 full packs of hair. As you can tell because of the length, I cut it. And so I had 4 bundles of hair from the 2 packs. And I still have about 1 bundle left of hair, okay, which I am going to install in my hair. But it was getting late, and I was like, you know what, this is fine. I'm good. Um, so yeah, we talked about braid pattern. We talked about the hair. We talked about how much hair we put. Okay, now the thing I have done, like I said, I've done this before, but it didn't work out very well. It was kind of a fail. I made it work, y'all, because I had taken my time to put it in. I wasn't going to just take it out, but I definitely wasn't happy with it. It was very frizzy. It just didn't work the way I wanted it to. So I went back on YouTube and I did more research, and I found that I was missing a key element to make that hair snap back after you pull it apart. And that would be some mousse. So when I went to the hair store yesterday, I made sure to pick up some mousse. This is Smoothing Shine Polishing Diamond Luster Anti-Frizz Mousse. What I did was when I took it out of the packet, I immediately added the mousse to it, then put it aside. No, yeah, and then I cut it. And after I cut it, I started pulling it apart. I started pulling each, strand apart. Okay? And what I would do was I would add a little more mousse to this if it needed it. And especially after, as I start pulling it apart, to make it kind of, snap back. You know what I'm saying? So that made I mean, this is the hair. I did this hair yesterday. Like, really lovely. I hope the camera can pick up how nice. I don't see a bit of frizz in sight, and I love it. That's the look I was looking for. I was looking for a more uniform, less frizzy look. Because as this hair gets older, it does tend to get frizzy, which is fine because it tends to look a little bit more natural. But right now, I really like the way it looks. I think it looks great. I kind of like more of that uniformity with the curl. Not I don't want the frizz right away. Um, so that made the biggest difference in getting my hair to look frizzy, and especially when pulling it apart, because when you pull it apart, if you don't do it right, it ends up being just a big knot of hair that you can't even use anyway. So putting the mousse on it, pulling it apart when it was nice and well moussed, y'all, that just helped it look, to me, perfect. Um, so once I, pulled it apart, I installed it. And the thing is, too, I really made them rather thin, especially on this side. I like really made the strands thin. And that, number one, helped with the knot staying in the hair. Like when I knotted it, it would stay because it was thin. Um, this hair, you are gonna have to like figure out, how to make it stay because it's a little bit softer, a little bit looser, and sometimes, if you make them too thick, they tend to open up. Now, another secret that I got, the tip maybe, was using a little hairspray. Now, this hairspray does not make it flaky or anything. So I took, after I pulled it apart, when you get the hair ready to be installed, I would like, when I knew this is the part that was gonna, get knotted, I would just add that, it'd be, nice and saturated, install that, knot it. Y'all, that was all she wrote. That thing wasn't going nowhere. So that was very helpful. So this is the white rain that I got. and the mousse. These two things were the main products I used in the hair to keep it from getting too frizzy. And of course, I have my little homemade scalp oil to help keep my scalp moisturized. Um, and I said again, this was castor oil, olive oil, and some amla oil. And like I said, amla oil is a traditional oil that women in, I believe, in India use to condition and moisturize their hair. Let's see. Okay, so I like, and I'll just give you quick reasons why I love this hairstyle. It's a great way to keep my hair protected and rested so that it can grow and it can, and it's also great because I can do all these great fantasy colors that I would never do to my real hair because I don't bleach my hair. I don't even add heat to my hair. Um, I'm very gentle when I can be with my hair. And today, like I have a job where I, do a lot of running around, a lot of moving, and, I didn't want my hair out to get frizzy and crazy. So I had my little beanie, I put it on, you know, and I just tucked the hair all in and I just left out my bang, and it was working. People were just like, we love your hair and love the color, blah, blah, blah. I wanted so bad to just say, "Oh, thank you," but I can't. I don't know about anybody else, but I can't take credit for hair that ain't mine. So I told them, "Oh, yeah, this isn't my real hair," and they were fascinated. They were like, "What? Looks great." So I felt very, and my hair wasn't even out. It was up. It was up in the beanie, and it was still getting all those compliments. So, um, I loved it. But y'all, as soon as I left work, threw off that beanie, shook that bad boy out and then went left work and I went to a little restaurant to get a little dinner. What? People were like, "Girl, we love your hair, girl." Blah, blah. I was like, "Thank y'all." I ain't say nothing about it not being mine then, but so it's just real fun to play with stuff, and it makes you feel fun and pretty, and so I really enjoy all the great hairstyles. So if I hope y'all enjoyed my little hair talk, and if you have any questions or anything, let me know. And I hope to be making some more videos. So again, this is Anissa Star, and this is Hair Talk, and I am just loving crochet braids all day, every day. So if you have a comment or if you'd like to subscribe, please do so. Um, like the video, all that good stuff. Like I said, this is my first video, and I'm sorry, it is a bit long. Fast forward the parts, this is just a little hair talk. That's all it is. Um, Again, y'all, thank you for all you who have watched or will watch. I appreciate it, and I hope to get back with you with another video soon. All right, have a great one.